Hello everyone, welcome in the process of learning of digital system design using Verilog HDL. This lecture is the second part and containing the switch level abstraction modeling in Verilog HDL with examples. The contents of this lecture are given as Introduction to Switch Level Modeling, MOS devices, CMOS transmission gate, bidirectional switches, resistive switches, and delays. And we will discuss all these topics one by one. Introduction to switch level modeling. Switch level modeling is the lowest abstraction level. It is rarely used because it used at transistor level. It is useful for small circuits or gates to model the systems, but complexity of VLSI circuits are high, so modeling of VLSI circuits at switch level is a very difficult task. Verilog HDL used for modeling of digital circuits. Therefore, digital behavior of the transistor are considered in switch level style. Transistor can be used as the switch by considering on or off properties. MOSFET is dominantly used as the fundamental device for making the integrated circuits, and MOSFETs can be used as the pass logic. NMOS and PMOS are the two MOSFET devices, and these are depending on the type of charge carriers. Electrons are the charge carrier in NMOS device, while holes are the charge carrier in PMOS device. Verilog HDL provide the facility to model the digital systems using NMOS, PMOS, or combination of both, means CMOS switches. CMOS stands complementary metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It consists both types of MOS devices. MOS stands metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Three terminal MOSFETs are used as the switches. The logical symbols for NMOS and PMOS devices are presented here. Data, that is input signal, control applied at the gate terminal of the NMOS and PMOS devices, and out signals. This symbol is for NMOS and this symbol is for PMOS device. Signals are flowing from drain to source terminals of the NMOS and PMOS devices. Switch is either in on state or off state, and it depends on the signal value available at the gate terminal. Gate terminal control the movement of data from drain to source. If control signal is at logic 1, then NMOS passes the data. If control signal is at logic 0, then at the output, high impedance value is there. In case of PMOS device, when control signal is at logic 0, then it simply passes the data from drain to source terminal. But in case of control signal at logic 1, then high impedance value is there in between the drain and source terminals. NMOS and PMOS, these are the reserved keywords in Verilog HDL library, and syntax for NMOS and PMOS devices are shown here. Keywords followed by a bracket containing the information of signals. Output value is mentioned at the start of the bracket, then other signals. And red color words are the reserved keywords in Verilog HDL library. Two input NAND gate is designed using switch level modeling. CMOS logic is widely used in integrated circuits. Hence, AND gate is designed using CMOS logic. The logic circuit is given here for 2 input NAND gate. In 2 input NAND gate, total 4 transistors are used. 2 PMOS devices and 2 NMOS devices. In case of NAND logic, PMOS devices are connected in parallel while NMOS transistors are connected in series. Output is here. 2 inputs are A and B. And in 2 input NAND gate, power supply, that is VDD, and ground terminal, that is common point or reference point. And here this terminal, that is W1 terminal, this one is the intermediate terminal. We have taken this intermediate terminal as a NAND's data type. So we have declared W1 as a wire because NANDs are the continuous driven signals. Whenever a change is occurred at the input signals A and B, then the corresponding value appeared at W1 will be noted. Verilog program for this to input NAND gate at switch level design is presented here. Module, that is keyword, design name NAND2 underscore design, and input and output terminals are mentioned here. Inputs are A and B, output is out. Separately, inputs are A and B, output is out. And there is one intermediate terminal, and this terminal is, we have given the name W1, and it should be a NAND's data type. So for NAND's data type, we have declared W1 as a wire. Power supply BDD is used here. So supply 1, that is the keyword in Verilog library, and it shows the power supply. It means BDD is assigned the value of power supply. Supply 0, that is also the keyword in Verilog library, and it shows the ground potential, and here ground is taken as GND. So supply 0 is GND. Total 4 devices are used here, 2 PMOS and 2 NMOS. We can use labeling of the devices. So we simply say this one is PMOS device P1 label, this one is PMOS device P2 label, NMOS device N1 label, NMOS device N2 label, for the simplification and better understanding. So connection for PMOS device is PMOS, that is keyword, label P1. This one is the P1 transistor, and here output signal is out, input data is BDD, and control signal is A. So syntax for P1 is out, BDD and A. Then next PMOS device P2, output signal is out, input signal data is BDD, control signal is second input, that is B. So P2 is out, BDD and B. For NMOS device, output is out and input data is W1. Control signal is A. So out, W1, A. For N2 NMOS device, output is W1, input data is ground, GND, and control signal is B. So syntax for N2 is W1, ground, B. Then end module. CMOS switch. CMOS stands complementary metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. CMOS switch is the transmission gate, and it consists both NMOS and PMOS devices. The switch is depicted here, one PMOS device and one NMOS device. The gate terminals of PMOS device is connected to P control, and gate terminal of N device is connected to N control. And drain terminals of both devices are connected to data input, and source terminals are connected to output signal out. And control and P control, these should be in complement nature. CMOS transmission gate passes the data when N control is at logic 1 and P control is at logic 0, and it stops the data when N control is at logic 0 and P control is at logic 1. CMOS is reserved keyword in Verilog library, and it is used for CMOS transmission gate. The syntax for CMOS transmission gate is given here, keyword CMOS bracket, and at the start of this bracket output terminal should be mentioned, then input terminal, that is data, then N control, P control, gate terminal for NMOS device, then gate terminal for PMOS device. Example is given here, 2 to 1 multiplexer design using CMOS transmission gates. In case of 2 to 1 multiplexer, there are two inputs, data lines, and these are I0 and I1, and one selection line and one output, and the logic circuit for 2 to 1 multiplex using CMOS transmission gate is shown as two transmission gates. One is this one, second one is this one, and we have labeled this one is C1 CMOS transmission gate and this one is C2 CMOS transmission gate for the simplification. As the condition of transmission gate is there, N control and P control complement to each other. So we are using an inverter circuit here for complementing the selection line. This inverter circuit is the CMOS inverter circuit, consists two MOS devices, one PMOS and one NMOS device. So logic circuit can be explained as when cell, that is the selection line, logic 0, then The output of this inverter circuit is at logic 1 or cell bar is logic 1. When gate terminal of NMOS device is at logic 1 and gate terminal of PMOS device is at logic 0, then this C1 CMOS transmission gate will be turned on, and this NMOS gate terminal is connected to cell that is at logic 0, and the PMOS terminal of this transmission gate connected to cell bar. So this CMOS transmission gate will be in turned off condition. I naught passes to the output signal. When cell is at logic 1, then cell bar will be at logic 0 because NOT gate is applied here, and in this case C2 transmission gate will be in turned on condition and C1 transmission gate will be in turned off condition. So I1 is simply passing through this transmission gate to the output signal, and the Verilog program for this logic circuit is given as module keyword and identifier, that is module name, inputs I0, I1, cell and output. Separately inputs are I0, I1, cell, output is out, and here cell bar is a intermediate terminal, and we should mention this cell bar as a NATS data type. It means it should be a continuous driven signal. Whenever changes occurred at the cell terminal, then immediately this terminal should be changed. That's why we are using a bar for declaration of cell bar. And here power supply VDD and ground terminals are defined for this NOT gate or inverter circuit. So we are using supply 1, that is power supply reserved keyword in Verilog, and here we have mentioned power supply is VDD, supply 1 VDD, and supply 0 that is lower potential, and here ground potential at GND terminal. Supply 0 is GND. So here one PMOS and one NMOS devices are used for making this inverter circuit. So PMOS and NMOS, these are defined for inverter circuit. PMOS output signal is cell bar, input data is VDD, and control signal is cell. Control signal is gate terminal for PMOS and NMOS devices. Similarly for NMOS device, output terminal is cell bar, input terminal is ground, and gate terminal is cell. So NMOS is cell bar, ground, cell. And there are two CMOS transmission gates. This one is C1 transmission gate and this one is C2 transmission gate. Syntax for CMOS transmission gate we have already discussed. Output terminal, that is out, input data line, that is I0, NMOS gate terminal, that is cell bar here, then PMOS gate terminal, that is cell for C1 transmission gate. Similarly for C2 transmission gate, output signal is out, input data is I1, gate terminal for NMOS device is cell, and gate terminal for PMOS device is cell bar. Bidirectional switches provide the facility for assigning input and output terminals at either side. Previously discussed switches are the unidirectional and data is flowing only in one direction. Data can be flow in any direction in bidirectional switches. Three kinds of bidirectional switches are there, and these are TRAN, TRAN F0 and TRAN F1, and these are the reserved keywords in Verilog. And the logic symbols for TRAN, TRAN F0 and TRAN F1 are given here. In case of TRAN bidirectional switch, there is one input, second output, and it may be a output and it may be a input signal. So we are taking in-out signals for TRAN F0 and TRAN F1. There are three terminals. Two are for in-out signals, in-out 1, in-out 2, in-out 1, in-out 2, and one terminal is for controlling the data movement or flow of data. In case of TRAN F0, data will be flow only if when control signal is at logic 0. In case of TRAN F1, the data will be flow if this control signal is at logic 1. Syntax for TRAN F0 and TRAN F1 are given here. TRAN in out 1 and in out 2. In case of TRAN F0, this one is 3 terminal device, in out 1, in out 2 and control signal. TRAN F1, this one is also 3 terminal device, in out 1, in out 2 and control signal. In case of TRAN F0, in out 2 equal to in out 1 when control signal is at logic 0. In case of tran if 1, in out 2 equal to in out 1, control signal is at logic 1. Example for 2 to 1 multiplexer using bidirectional switches. So here we are using tran if 1 bidirectional switches. We can also use tran if 0 bidirectional switches for implementing the same circuit. 2 to 1 multiplexer circuit using tran if 1 bidirectional switches is given here. So there are two data lines I0, I1, one output signal out and one selection line that is cell. We are defining the labeling here. This one is T1 tran if bidirectional switch and this one is T2 tran if bidirectional switch. For the simplification, when cell is at logic 0, then the control signal of T2 bidirectional switch is 0. It means the output terminal for this bidirectional switch is at high impedance. The output of this CMOS NOT gate is at logic 1. So that is the control signal for T1 bidirectional switch. And this bidirectional switch is in turned on condition. So I0 will appear at the output terminal. When cell is at logic 1, then output of this inverter circuit at logic 0. It means T1 bidirectional switch is in turned off condition and T2 bidirectional switch is in turned on condition. So it simply passes I1 to the output side. So output is equal to I1. Verilog code for this multiplexer using bidirectional switch is given here. Module keyword, module name that is mux underscore design. Inputs are here I0, I1 cell and output is out. Input I0, I1 cell, output out. And here cell var, it should be a NATS data type. It should be a continuous driven signal. Cell is defined as a wire. Supply 1 used for power supply VDD for inverter circuit. Supply 0 used for lower potential or ground potential. PMOS and MOS. These two devices are defined for inverter circuit. And in case of PMOS, output terminal is cell var, input data signal is VDD, control or gate terminal is cell. For NMOS, output terminal is cell var, input data is GND and control signal is cell. And there are two bidirectional switches T1 and T2. For T1, output is out, input data is I0 and control signal is cell var. For T2 bidirectional switch, output terminal is out, input data is I1 and control signal is cell. Then end module. Till now we have discussed MOS switches, CMOS transmission switch and bidirectional switches. In all these type of switches, when switch is in turned on condition, then it simply passes the input data at the output without any resistive value, or it completely passes the input data to the output terminal. There is another category of switches and this category is called resistive switches. And resistive switches also consist NMOS, PMOS, CMOS and bidirectional switches. But difference is there, cannot completely pass the input data to the output signal because of resistive nature. It has some resistive values and these resistive values cannot allow the complete data movement from one end to another end. That's why these switches are called resistive switches. The previous discussed switches are the regular or standard switches. NMOS, PMOS, CMOS, tran if 0 and tran if 1. These are the regular or standard switches in Verilog. The keywords for resistive switches are RNMOS, RPMOS, RCMOS, RTran, RTran if 0 and RTran if 1. The output of each switch does not reflect immediately after the application of input signals. It takes some time, and this time difference is the delay between the output signal to input signal on the time axis. The delay depends number of parameters such as type of material, operating conditions, fabrication steps, and there are three types of delays in switches or devices, or we can say at gate level. And these delays are rise delay, fall delay and turn off delay. Rise delay is the time difference on time axis. When a signal is transit from 0, x or z to logic 1 value. It means the final value is at logic 1. In case of fault delay, the final output signal is reaching to logic 0 from logic 1, X or Z. And third type of delay is turn-off delay. In case of turn-off delay, the final output signal reaches to Z value from 0, 1 or X. So it is the time difference when output signal is reached to Z from 0, 1 or X values. In case when final output signal is reached to X value from any values, then minimum value of these three delays will be considered. And there is a proper sequence for assigning the delays in Verilog. The delays are always represented by hash then value after the switch primitive. If we assign only one value in the bracket, then it simply reflects this value is rise for delay, fall delay and turn off delay. It means all delays are equal. If we apply two values in the bracket, then first value reflects rise delay and second value reflects fall delay. If we apply three values in this bracket, then first value reflects rise, second one is fall and third value is turn off value. Delays are provided in the circuits for simulation purpose only because Verilog HDL is used for modeling of the hardwares. Example is here, and here we are using the concept of delays. This design is already discussed in this lecture, and here new thing is we are using PMOS P1, that is P1 transistor without any delay. So we have not mentioned any delay value here. And in case of PMOS P2, this one is P2 PMOS transistor, and here we assign delay 5 units. It means it reflects rise delay, fall delay and turn off delay. NMOS N1. N1 is this one transistor, and here we assign two values inside the bracket 5 and 10. So first value is reflect, this one is rise delay, second value reflects fall delay. In this case the turn off delay will be the lowest value between these two delay values. It means turn off delay is 5 units. NMOS N2. This one is NMOS N2 device, and here we assign three values inside the bracket 5, 10, 15. 5 means rise delay 5, 10 means fall delay, 15 that is turn off delay.